What's up, D. Livy? I don't know how my connection is gonna be, but I'm being a stoner, and I've been thinking about this for a few days. So I was like, Cass is sleeping. Can't get in my studio. Hey, Holland with Cash. Nice to see you, dog. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. No, I really got a crazy thought that I gotta talk about, but I want to pack a bowl first. So if you're in here and you want to say what's up, now's the time. Because once I get started here in a minute, there ain't gonna be no. Well, I'll read the comments. Not much. What's up, hillbilly? I want to talk about what I've been thinking about, like the mainstream and how not just mainstream music, just mainstream in general, television. Um, if you work for a corporation, how they're ran, how everything's ran, and I've kind of, I think I've come to an understanding about how it happened, when it started, and like I was a part of it. We all were a part of it. We're all a part of how the machine moves. So hold on. Yeah, that's why I got to get this bowl ready. Because once this bowl gets ready, it's time. And I'm trying to be loud enough, but I'm trying not to be too loud. Can y'all hear me? Good old gelato. I got Dankaroos and Baskin Robbins. Baskin Robbins. All right, cool. So look, do you remember, like, okay, does anybody know? I'm sure everybody knows what the census is. Do you know what the census is? You remember back in the day when they would mail you something and you would go in and you write down all this stuff and you would send it to them? Does everybody remember that? The United States Census. What's up, Lori? Creek Squad Party Bus, what's up? All right, so look, they created the census long ago. A long time ago, the census was created. And I remember when I was younger, like way younger, I remember like my grandparents, you know, it was like 50-50 of who did it. Most people didn't want to give their phone number out. Um, phone books and stuff were established. People had business numbers in their phone book. They had their personal numbers in their phone book. Like it was crazy. It was like sacred information. Like you wouldn't just give your address and your phone number out to anybody back in the day. It was like really, it was hard to get people to come off that information. So they didn't know anything about these people. They just knew that they were there and they lived in this house. You know what I'm saying? That's all they really knew, right? Well, then technology started moving so fast. Technology started accelerating so rapidly that the census doesn't even need to exist essentially anymore. Anytime you apply for an app on your phone or you sign up for a website. See, I worked for a telemarketing company. I worked for a few telemarketing companies when I was younger. And I learned that they pay for information. They buy information from other websites. That's how they get your phone number. So, right, like back in the 90s and the 2000s, that's why the flyers, Upchurch talked about this being a promotion. This whole controversy with the Jason Aldean song. It is a promotion because if you think about it, back in the day when the census was around, you didn't have a way to target an audience. I knew there was 5 people living in this town, but I didn't know that they liked music. I didn't know what type of music they listened to. I didn't know what type of movies they watched. I didn't know what their interests were. Now, when you sign up for Netflix, what interests you? Boom, gives you a list of everything that interests you. We're a product essentially. You know what I mean? Now these companies, they look at the public. They go to websites like sign up for free and get these free experiences. it's free. It is free. They're giving you a product for free, but they're taking your information and they're selling it to record labels, to um, uh, any company that requires consumers. So they're taking your information and they're funneling it to different companies, so the companies can use the statistics that they don't even have to gather them anymore. Like before, like you'd do a census, you'd send it in, they'd put it into a spreadsheet, and then that was their way of knowing how many people were in a town. Like they don't even need to do that anymore. They could tell off of a cell phone ping. They could tell off of so many different things. So, my opinion is that you're never going to stop that. That you're never going to be able to slow down your information being sold, because nowadays any app that you download on a phone, on a tablet, on a computer, on anything you do requires a permission. And in that permission somewhere, I'm sure you're giving them permission to sell your information to a third party. That third party is just using you as an analytic to use you as, do you need curbs? Do you need a new pool enclosure? Do you need solar? It depends on where you live. It depends on what you Google search. Like, the internet is completely taken over. There's no, if you're not a part of the internet in some way, shape, or form, you're on the internet. Like, my mom doesn't really go on the internet much. She does now a lot more than she used to, and there's a lot of people that I know that don't even go on the internet. But because their family members do, and it asks questions about your aunts, your uncles, your family, you enter that information. Oh, Uncle Bob, Bob who? Bob, blah, 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 blah. You leave their name. Now Uncle Bob is a statistic on the internet. It's crazy. It's crazy. And law enforcement uses it. They've used that for years. I got into some trouble, and if you look in their, like, if you really dig deep into their investigation on you, if you've ever gotten in trouble, they'll look at the back history of everybody that's around you, even people that you don't associate with. It could be your neighbor, and they want to know, does that neighbor support law enforcement? What does that neighbor feel about cops? Like, they really, they do their homework. And it's no different in music. It's no different in sports. It's no different anywhere, man. These companies are buying up your information from a third party, and that's how they know what to funnel you, what type of ads to send you, what type of music to promote to you. So, like, shoe stores were probably one of the first people that really took advantage of the technology, where they were putting the NFC tags in the shoe, in the display shoe. And a lot of companies, when we first got our cell phones and they had NFC capabilities, they were saying, turn on your NFC for photo sharing and this and that. They wanted you to have that NFC on. They wanted that NFC on so that they could use that signal to access your phone, whether it be for picture sharing or whatever. Well, shoe companies got smart, and they started putting they're essentially an AirTag, but what it is it's an NFC chip in the display shoe, and then when you pick up the shoe, it knows that you picked the shoe up. If you buy the shoe, it knows, because then you purchase the shoe, your phone registers that there was a purchase from a tennis shoe by you, and you take the shoe with you. Like, it was that crazy. So if you didn't buy the shoe, it knew to generate ads for you for that shoe. Now everybody does it. Now you touch anything, anywhere, and it's for sale, you're gonna have an ad for it. You don't even have to, like, it's so crazy, because I picked things up. I didn't say what it was. I didn't type what it was. I didn't Google it. I picked it up. I looked at it for a minute, and I set it down. Next thing you know, I got an ad for it. It's brilliant. So knowing that that's what they use, Like thinking about this whole scandal for this music video, this recent cancel attempt. It makes me think like, okay, they know that I went and looked at Jason Aldean's numbers prior to this. And in the last year, he's dropped one song that had 13 million views on YouTube. It took a year for it to reach 13 million. Within 7 days, this new song was already at 11. So when you're a consumer, like he's under a contract, you know what I'm saying? Jason Aldean's got bars, he's got all types of investments. He is an investment himself. He's a product. He signed a contract with somebody stating he was going to do X amount of music for X amount of years for X amount of dollars. That's, you know, to each their own. But when you don't perform, guess what happens? Like in the NFL, in the sports world, they trade you. They say, okay, Minnesota, you want this guy? He's a loser. Pay the rest of his salary. Take it. We don't want to know. What do you do in the music industry? What do? If the guy's not producing no more, people aren't listening to his music, how do you make sure that you get your full return for your investment? You find a statistic that says way more people are going to back this situation than are going to cancel them, and that's what they did. It was a design. It's a designed, and some fail. I was just talking about it in a live with somebody in the chat. Like sometimes this fails. It fails miserably, and it doesn't work, and it actually has a reverse. But they're okay to try that. Like Billie Eilish, I feel like got the reverse from it. Like she had a lot of things that were said about her. She got the reverse from it, and that's gonna happen. They're not gonna be successful at it every time, but this time I think they hit a home run. I don't think the artist has any control over what happens. I think it's the mainstream media pushing how they want their agenda to run. Do they want Jason Aldean? Okay, check this out. Think of it like this. For real, hear me out. If I own a company, right, and my company is struggling, it's struggling drastic. It's falling apart, and I get a proposition that we can either hit a home run or run it all the way into the ground. We're either gonna plummet or we're gonna skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? Think of it like that. Think of it like that. Think of it like we can either blow the wheels all the way off of this and completely just destroy this, or we can be the best thing out. 5 a.m. in London. Shout out to London. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I've been thinking about it. Like, there's no trading Jason Aldean to a different record label. Like, you can't lose your investment. And these big companies with this huge machine behind them, they're not just going to drop this and say, we don't need this guy no more. So what if they just run it all the way to the ground, and if it falls apart, well, at least they tried to blow it up. You need to watch V on here. Wow. I will watch V. What's up, Jared? I don't know. That's just how I've really been thinking about it. Like, I see a lot of these artists that are independent. Okay, I'll give you an example. There's been a few controversial things said about some artists within the genre. Like, Adam Calhoun said some things that other people have got in trouble for. Church says some things that other people, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things, but because there was no force behind it pushing it to make it a big deal, it wasn't a big deal. It's just normal, right? But because you have a huge machine that's funneling it to every outlet that there possibly could be, like they're running it into outlets that don't even care. They're giving this, like, when so many different reaction channels. See, I didn't even want to react to it because I'm just helping them with the promotion. But at the end of the day, I looked at it as it's educational for me because it's going to make me think about it. It's going to make me think about it so that, like, I don't usually fall into to the traps. Like I couldn't even really tell you who got canceled lately. All that I know is the Billie Eilish thing. I knew about that because I looked it up after I did my reaction. What's up, Chief Trailer Made? Shout out to you, dog. I'm just in here like really thinking about, at the end of the day, trending is what it is. It's all about trending. If you can trend, then you can go. If you're trending, you're selling records. If you're trending, you're selling merch. If you're trending, you're selling houses. Like, people, in order to be successful in a business nowadays, you got to trend. Like, your business, if you're a small town business, and you got a lot of consumers that are in your area, you're all right. But if you're only targeting an online audience, if you don't trend, you won't sell. So that's the way I look at it. Now everything is digital. It's all apps. It's all Apple Music, Spotify. It's all digital. So these companies, mainstream, they have to market to a digital audience. We're not going to buy a hard copy because they don't exist anymore. And they do exist, but there ain't much to play them in. You can't play a hard copy on my car. My car's going to ask, where's the Bluetooth? Or the USB. It ain't doing that. Now they got Sirius XM radio that plays cuss words. Like, the parental advisory things are almost not even important anymore because it doesn't matter. You could be 12 on YouTube watching me right now. Who's going to stop you? It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like the people in the 80s and the 90s, we have helped create this without even knowing it. Just with the evolution. Like, check this out. I think this is cool. When we're long gone, when I'm gone, when you're gone, when 100 years from now, we're gonna be like the internet examples. We're gonna be the people that they sit back and study our internet habits. Like, we're creating the internet. We're literally creating the footwork of the internet. Like, look at AIM and all. Like, look at all the websites that you go on now that they want all your information. To order a pizza, bro, it wants all. I don't even want to deliver this pizza. This pizza don't even. I'm going to get the pizza. I'm walking in there. They want to know what color car I drive, where my house is, how many kids I got. Do I like pizza all week or just some of the week? How many times? Like, what do you need to know all that for? Marketing. They need it for marketing. And it's free marketing. They're able to grab your, like, it's a business within a business. So if I'm Domino's and I can grab as much information from a bunch of my customers as possible, that's another product I can sell to somebody else. So these pizza companies are all in competition, but in the same sense, they're all gaining marketing knowledge from the same people, right? Same thing with music. That's why different artists within like big mainstream names are flipping over to different genres because they're trying to insert themselves in different pockets so that they come back and listen. I mean, it's everybody does it. Sometimes I'm trying to understand how content is created and why people make certain videos and how people do it, and that's what they watch. They watch things that are relevant. People want to talk about things that other people want to talk about. I mean, it is what it is. I know people are interested in this. That's why I felt like, oh, I'm just sitting here smoking pot, chilling in my garage. Everybody's asleep. I'll come bullshit with some other people. Let me see. We are some blessed skins with up church. We are. Well, that's what I don't think people understand. See, like, a lot of people they look at Up Church and they look at him as like a cancer to artists trying to become mainstream. But he's not a cancer. If I'm an artist, I want to know everything I need to know before I make that jump and become successful. And I feel like Upchurch at least educates people about what to expect. Like, if you go mainstream, this is what's going to happen. And look, I've never heard him say, don't do it. I mean, maybe in his music, but I've never heard him come out and say, like, just understand it. Know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do with your career, do it. But I understand why it is that way. We as consumers have, it's always been this way, but it's only getting worse now because music is dying. I feel like when I was growing up, there was so many people always jamming stuff, chilling at the beach. You heard a lot of different varieties of music. It wasn't just rap. You heard blues, you heard country, you heard rock and roll, you heard alternative, you heard metal, you heard a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. So now I go to the beach, the old people are listening to Little Baby, the freaking young people are listening to Little Baby, the taxi cab drivers are listening to Little Baby. I mean, it's like, I get it. Those are trending songs on TikTok, but they're not good songs. Like, I don't understand the taste in music. What happened to it? Did life just become so fast that the only music that's good music is fast music? I don't get it. Yeah, leave those record labels alone. I agree. I agree, but man, like, now it's becoming this is what's happening. So when back in the day, the marketing for music was way different. Like, we had television and they marketed it on the radio and marketed it on the TV. Nowadays, nobody listens to the radio, nobody listens to TV. Most people are on YouTube, most people are on Instagram listening to lives in their car or riding around listening to Spotify. So if you don't pay for these premium things, they're going to use ads in them. Those ads are advertisements. And most of the time, it asks you, do you want to click on this? Or it gives you some game to play. Click here to download. Well, that game, you're like, why is this game on a Pandora or on a Spotify or on whatever? Well, that game is partnered with the music industry. And when you put your information in there, it starts to understand you. And then it sends you another thing to win something. And then, hey, what type of music do you like? What type of, you know what I mean? It starts to understand you. It's building a profile. Like, I believe somewhere there's a hard drive, and we all have our own space on the hard drive. So when Captain Kurt looks up something on the internet, it sticks it into my little hard drive slot, and it constantly fills up that profile for me. So then when videos come out that I might like, it funnels into that, because there's plenty of videos that I'm not subscribed to that it shows me. Oh, I smoked a lot, AD. Took some dabs, smoked some weed. But hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I believe that it's all intertwined into one hub. It's all for the dollar bill, bro. It's all about money. It really is all about money. The mainstream, they wouldn't sign these artists to these crazy deals. They wouldn't charge so much money to get into these arenas if they were doing it for the love of music. Adam spoke of Bordell, AD. But he is the root of all evil. Well, listen, Libby, lack of money, I feel like, has a lot to do with that. Because people will do whatever it takes to get to the money. And once they get it, they're also going to do whatever it takes to keep it. So I think that when you're only dependent on money to keep you happy, then that's the problem. Yeah, not having money. It's a lack of money. Good night, Carly. Greed. Like, to be honest with you, right now is a prime example of failure, essentially, capitalizing. So what most people would say, that's why I labeled it Jason Aldean canceled, and people got mad about it, but I don't care. Essentially, he was canceled, right? and it didn't work. It backfired. So a negative created a positive. And I believe that was the goal the whole time. What better way? Like check this out, accuse myself. Let's say I get accused of some dumb shit, right? But I know that 9,000 people knew I didn't, it had nothing to do with it. I have 9,000 people off the rip that already support me. And then if I have video evidence that shows that there was nothing wrong with it, then it's crazy. It's crazy that we fall for this shit. I kind of fell for it, but not that video. I fell for it with the plenty of other things. But I said this about Aunt Jemima. Aunt Jemima was on the syrup containers, right? She was the first black woman to be put on a product, like as a label, a trademark. Like she was the first person of color. I mean, she was the first. So her that was like her that was like her huge accomplishment in life. Like she really, you would think that like you wouldn't want to tarnish that, but they took it and they smashed it into the ground, dude. And to be honest with you, I think I seen Aunt Jemima at the freaking, but it's like a red lady now. It's crazy, dude. Well, bro, to be honest with you, like everybody, that's what I just said inside corners. I agree with you, kind of. I agree with you because, okay, I'll use this. This is a great thing. Inside corners. This is a perfect scenario. Let's use people don't like me, right? Or people don't like Upchurch, or people don't like Martin Speaks, or anybody that's involved with the Creek Squad drama that you guys go on and on about, right? This is what I've always said. There's going to be a pocket of people that are going to support, and there's going to be a pocket of people that are not going to support. It's not, you're not going to change it. No, there's no wand that can be waved around and everybody's going to go, oh yeah, I align just like this. That doesn't exist, bro. So everything is dependent on one or the other. You're either going to like the product or you're not going to like the product. You're either going to like the song or you're not going to like the song. You're either going to like the artist or you're not going to like the artist. There's no in between. Jelly Roll ain't gonna take over Major Country. A lot of this shit fizzles out, dude. A lot of these people, nobody's gonna overthrow Morgan Wallen for a while. Morgan Wallen, it was designed for him to be the top dog. WWE, that was a great reference. WWE tells you. You look on TV and you're like, damn, that's gotta hurt. They're really mad at each other, but they go in the back and they're fine and they're best friends. No different, dude. No different. No different. It's like, check this out. So I'm gonna tell you this. This is a personal experience. People aren't gonna like this, but I don't give a fuck. I've been to Chase Matthews' concert and I've been to Ryan Upchurch's concert. I seen Chase after the Nashville show. No, I seen Chase right before the Nashville show. Wait a minute. I seen Ryan in Tampa, then I seen Chase in Tampa, and then I seen Ryan in Nashville. When you go to an Upchurch concert, the fans are actually people, bro. Like the fans were fans. Like they knew the songs. They were fans. They had Creek Squad memorabilia on that wasn't just bought from the merch table. They had, a knowledge of the music, right? Dude, when we went and seen Chase in Tampa, none of those kids, they were kids, bro. They were young ass kids. A lot of them were young. And most of them, other than the 30 girls in the front of the stage that were all 18 years old, they knew the songs. But for the most part, the rest of the people, they didn't know the songs. They had no idea. No idea. I'm looking like Phil Collins. I just died. Each demographic needs to be filled with an artist. Sometimes it takes. Yeah. How do you think Garth Brooks got rich? Garth Brooks played baseball. Garth Brooks freaking. You think Garth Brooks. Dude, hold on. I let my dog in. No, are you going to cause problems in the house? No, fuck that. She can stay out here with me. It's not too hot. It's comfortable. But anyway, Garth Brooks. Check this out. Garth Brooks. Dude, there's been so much controversy around Garth Brooks. It's unreal. How do you think he got to where he got? That controversy, bro. The music, I grew up listening to Garth Brooks. It ain't bad. Struggling, his daughter is about to be at the CMAs too. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a lot of artists that are way better than mainstream. There is. I found a kid. That kid, Jake Cohn or whatever his name is, dude. That kid outsings a lot of country artists. He's a kid. That's what I've been talking about, Tommy. You're late. It's a big marketing. It's a big promotion. That's all it is, dude. And it's not just that. They do it all the time with everything, bro. I mean, look at the Island Boys went as far as making out with each other. Because they are so desperate to make money, they're just making out with each other. I mean, that's crazy, bro. Like, really think about that. Wrap your head. Try to. Remember what I said? Root of all evil is the lack of money. When you have money and you start losing it, what do you start doing? You start making irrational choices to try to get it back. Jason Aldean's numbers were drastically low. AD, I mean, I don't think you can't. Oh yeah, AD, you gotta unblock me in your chat, dog. Johnny keeps blocking me. Dude, Tommy is. There's something. Dude, Tommy, look, I don't even get started on Tommy. Yeah, Jake Cohn's voice is amazing. But that just goes to show you, mainstream will probably try to wrap that kid up in a deal. And I'm sure, based off of what I've seen on his YouTube channel, he'll probably take it. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. It's what he wants. He's been on TV shows. He's been on YouTube videos. I mean, what's up, Southwind? I'm just kind of talking about, like, I really believe that we've helped over the years without knowing it, and we're still doing it to this day. There's probably people that did it before coming into my life. When you put your information on the internet, it's sold to third parties. That information is definitely used to market to companies, to an audience. 100%. They know I like rap music, push them as many. And you know what's crazy? I've done like little experiments. I've picked different topics. I've said different things in different questionnaires, and I've noticed that it will channel you a lot of different content based on answers from other apps. Like, download an app, and when I ask you all these stupid questions, answer them, and don't answer them truthfully, and watch what you start seeing. Yeah, if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. They wouldn't have, look, check this out. They wouldn't have phones. They wouldn't constantly be changing and upgrading. Everybody's like, well, why did an iPhone get a new up? Why is there a new iPhone? They're upgrading everything, not just I mean, you're getting a new camera, you're getting a new phone, but essentially you're getting new ways to track all your information. That's all they're doing. I mean, there's COVID. Dude, I looked in my phone when that COVID shit was going on, and there's a thing in my phone that was generating if I was around somebody with COVID. Tell me, how is that even possible? Because it knows if you looked up COVID test near me. It knows if you've been to a doctor, a COVID doctor. It uses your location. It knows you've been at a COVID doctor for 3 hours. What are you doing there? It has been like that in the music industry forever, but the internet has changed that. The internet has made this monster. I mean, it does what it wants, dude. It does what it wants, bro. The internet can take, like, for real, dude, these people that don't want, all right, I'm going to use this as an example. This is a good example. You see all these fake Ryan Upchurch accounts. I've been saying this for years. For years, I've been saying this, bro. What's happening is if you take 50,000 fake Ryan Upchurch accounts and they're scamming people and they're stealing money from people and they're doing devious shit and getting blocked and shadow ban, guess what happens? The name Ryan Upchurch, it's going to follow every account. It don't matter if there's a blue check next to it or not. It doesn't want that entity in an algorithm. It doesn't want that entity pushed anywhere, because then it's going to take off. That's why, Southwind, it listens to your phone. Listens to your phone. So yeah, AI, exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Nowadays, everything's ran off of a computer. At my job, bro, if the computer crashes, we're in trouble. We are in trouble, because then all of the orders and all of the positions of all of the stuff that we need to be working on is all chaos. There's no way you would figure it out. Nobody would know it's time to do this. It's all computer generated. Like, without a lot of the stuff, like, okay, I'll give you an example. If you want to cancel somebody, then you inject the media with negative stuff, right? But if you want to promote cancel somebody, you would inject it with like it's subjective. Like, okay, some people might find it offensive, but majority of the people aren't. So if we can get 800 people to find this offensive that are going to cause chaos about it, and we can get 6 million people to back him and defend him in these chats over these 800 people that just want to argue. It's like they use, I've said this since I started YouTube, trolls are so important for so many different reasons. Without trolls, you don't have a good way to market different things to different audiences, because there's a lot of people that find people through trolls. If I'm in a chat talking to somebody about birds and bees, and the person doesn't like Upchurch and they start coming at me, oh, Upchurch this, Upchurch that, now this whole entire chat has just seen his name. It could be negative, but then they go listen to the music and you forget about the negative because it's so fast, bro. It's so quick. And Ryan is an independent artist that knows that that's not the right way to promote his music. He just wants to use his music to promote it to his people, right? So he doesn't take advantage of that, but there's plenty of other artists that take advantage of that. Like, will blow your mind how much it takes. It is shadow bans. Problem is shadow bans. But the reason you get shadow banned is because you're not mainstream. You're not mainstream. They know, hey, shut this shit down over here because this guy's getting too much attention. And the mainstream, the people that are getting paid to help get them paid, aren't getting enough attention. Bro, watch, just go. Like, if you're a content creator, AD, you are. But you don't leave your videos up, so it won't work. But if you look at your videos, you'll see certain videos will do well. Like, people give me shit all the time. Oh, well, this video, bro, it's fans. It's fans. If you don't have a lot of fans, you don't get a lot of views. People aren't just watching these videos, reaction videos for the most part. You might catch a couple stragglers that ain't heard of them, but for the most part, fans are watching them, sharing them, trying to get other people to watch them. But really, honestly, if you look, you can, like Simba, shout out to Simba TV. Simba TV is definitely shadow banned. I don't even see Simba. He goes live. I don't see a notification from him. I don't see his videos pop up anymore when I look up reactions. And if you pay attention, like, a lot of the people that are shadow banned are supporters of independent artists. If you look at some of the other reactors that, and nothing against them, you look at other reactors that do mainstream music, they get a lot better of a turnout. Well, one, there's more fans to watch the reactions, but two, mainstream's going to use that reaction to promote it. They're going to use that reaction to shove into the face of other potential fans. And I watch it in my analytics. I can see in the audience where it shows that it only generates Upchurch videos to Upchurch fans. But then I'll see like Jason Aldean went everywhere, bro. Those Jason Aldean videos were going to Coca fans. Like it said, Coke people that watch Coca Die Young watch this. Like it was showing me that it was moving the Jason Aldean video to different demographics of music, and it was taking the Upchurch or the Burden or the Hard Target or the Simple Man, and it only puts those artists to people that watch that artist. That's a shadow ban essentially, because it's not going to promote me to different demographics because it doesn't want to promote the artist's music to different demographics. So why would it show me to somebody else to help promote the artist? It doesn't want to do that. I've already learned that. Like my Ren reactions, those don't do as good as other artists that do Ren reactions. And I look, and I'll have more subscribers than them. So it's not a subscription count. These other reactors that do Ren also do big name mainstream music. So their reactions are being funneled to different audiences to help that mainstream artist go. So when they do a reaction to Ren, it gets mixed into the start shooting them around. So every now and then I'll do a reaction like the Jason Aldean one. It'll take off, and some of my other reactions will get pulled with it. It'll grab a couple of the other ones, and it'll try to engage them. Right, perfect timing. It did suck, bro. It was already out. It had horrible numbers. When this song dropped as just the song, it didn't do well. Nobody listened to it. As soon as the video came out, it went insane, dude. It went absolutely insane. And a video, an images triggered people so much, but words didn't. Ain't that crazy? It used to be sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Like now it's legitimately words won't hurt me, but videos will. Like I'm offended by the internet, but I'm not offended by, you know, the lady that's fucking cutting me. Like people, I've watched this shit, dude. I've watched people be rude in public and nobody say a word. But then I've watched people on the internet argue about fucking color of somebody's socks. Like you're really, like it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like that's kind of why I fell back from YouTube, because I really don't align with some of this bullshit that goes on, and I don't. Like I'll punch a motherfucker in the mouth. Like for real, it's not who I am. You know what I mean? The bullying and the fucking nitpicking and the arguing, dude, that shit is for the birds. It's for the birds. I got way more shit to do. I'd rather fucking twiddle my thumbs together than do that. You know what I mean? And that's what they want. They want to divide people. They want us to fight. They want us to bicker. They want us to bitch and argue and block one another and fuck you and tag each other and fuck you. Because then guess what, bro? At the end of the day, it makes them easier to identify people that they don't want being out there. Like if you're a content creator and you're doing this shit, you're just easier to spot. Hey, don't let that motherfucker get monetized. Take his monetization away. Like lay low, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Be you. If you're a shitbag and you like to talk shit about people, keep doing it. That's why I said I made that little short. Like Just in Time says it the best. If you're representing something, represent it like right, dude. Don't represent something and be right about it and then go live and talk shit for 3 hours about some shit that you don't even know what you're talking about. Like there's so much. Like sometimes I think I'll be driving down the road. Nothing against anybody when I say what I'm about to say, but I don't know who any of you motherfuckers are. You could go home at night and beat your wife or your husband, or you know what I mean. I don't know. How can you defend somebody by fucking? I won't do that shit anymore. I won't do it. I stuck my neck out for one person and I became Captain Save-A-Ho, and that dude, I'm not doing it ever again. Stupid. I got love for my supporters. I got love for my people, but I don't know. I don't fucking know you. I don't know who you are. You know what I mean? But not saying nobody's a bad person. I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to defend somebody with everything that I got unless I honestly know that person and know that what I'm defending is real. Dude, Tommy, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Did you eat crayons or something? What are you doing? Are you drunk? Tommy? Tommy, I got time right now. I got the time. I gotta be to work tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. I got plenty of time. We the human race. We're the Truman Show, bro. Like, telling you. Have you seen the movie that's out, the video game with Ryan Reynolds? It's a video game. And it's a movie about how they like developed this game, but the world's in a video game. Like, it's like, I think that might be what it's called, the human race. It really might be that. And the Ryan Reynolds is actually a part of the video game, but he actually like learns a mind of his own and becomes, he like defeats the video game. I feel like the world is almost to the point now where everything is so far like the technology is so far out, like we're so ahead of time that it's like a picture. Like if you could look at it, if you could take the internet and you could see it, it would be right now. Like it would be, you would see all these big companies and you would see, you know what I mean? It's so hard to explain. No, it's not projection of time. It's like the movie starts and they're in a video game, but it's like real life. But like you're real, it's like the metaverse. It's really like the metaverse. So you're in your 3D goggles, but your metaverse life also is a part of your real life. It's so weird. And different people, like, I know you in the metaverse and in real life. So like I see you at the gas station, you've got this big ass car on rims, but in real life you're this dorky ass white boy behind the computer. Like it's so, and it's true. It really put into perspective, like that's what happens. There's people on the internet that they live one life at home, bro. Like they're this one person, but on the internet they got this big car with big rims on it, and they're this fucking gangster, and they're killing people, and they're, you know what I mean? Like it's fictional. It's like a science fiction story. And AD will say I smoke too much weed. Matrix, that shit. Oh, well, definitely making more time for your kids. Corona. I don't know what your point is. I mean, but I think that kids are just as much consumed with technology as adults. Like, they're more. Schools require it. You know, schools nowadays almost require kids to have a cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone or a computer, you can't do your homework. Like, it's a necessity. It's pretty much a school. It's like they require them to have earbuds for school now, headsets. You know what I mean? That new $3,500 head, probably the metaverse shit. I don't know. I wouldn't tell you. I'd never put that shit. I'll never do that. And that's what's happening. The generation of people that say, I'm never doing this shit, I'm not doing internet. You know how many people I've heard say, I don't do YouTube, and are now hooked to YouTube? They can't get off of YouTube. Why? What changed? 5 years ago, they didn't watch a thing. Now, they do. "5G towers give me a tension headache." Dude, they were trying to put a 5G tower down the street from my house, and we didn't let that happen. There was like county commission. Johnny would have been pissed, bro. Johnny would have been pissed. Johnny would have been so upset because we won. We beat the mayor. Oh my God, dude, he would have been pissed. He would have said, he'll probably take this and run with it. It was a conspiracy. The damn conspiracy. I wonder if that's why my headaches get so bad all the time. And I've watched videos about that. Yo, check this out. You want to go? We'll go down a wormhole for a second. I watched a video. How do you? Okay, AD, you're gonna like this topic. You're gonna say, man, you really stoned. Do you know that the Gulf of Mexico was created by the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs? Do you know that? And it's why there's oil in the Gulf of Mexico. It's why the Gulf of Mexico is one of the most abundant places of asteroid. Like if we drained the ocean, if we drained the Gulf of Mexico, yes, bro. Look it up. The National Geographic's got a whole thing about it. It's like a 54-minute video. But it hit somewhere near the Yucatan Peninsula. And you can see it from a Google map. You can look down and you can see where there's an impact zone. And you can see that there's a crater, pretty big crater. And that's what that created the pocket of the Gulf of Mexico. And the asteroid plummeting into the earth with all the hot, molten nonsense that it shot into the earth at that time is why you now have oil under the Gulf. That's why there's people that drill it. And I've been watching shit about this a lot, dude, because it shows that there's so many like impact spots in the Gulf. It looks like there was 2 or 3 asteroids that hit, but there was also a lot of small little ones that came behind it. And it showed the impact. It looked like a shotgun. It was pretty nuts. And that type of shit, you can't deny that because you can physically see that on the earth today. Well, I didn't really take... Okay, so look. When you watch... I'm so torn on this topic about dinosaurs. And this is why. When you watch it make the impact, if there's no way that it didn't jar the earth, right? And that jarring of the earth is what I think, this is my opinion, that jarring of the earth, I believe when the asteroid hit earth, there was nothing here. I think there was very little life on earth. I believe when that asteroid hit the earth, it jarred it enough that it set it on its true axis, that what created that gravitational pull. I believe the impact from that rock hit it just right, shoved it down, and created a pocket, which created oil, which created a lot of resources on the earth. I think there was a large amount of time that nothing was alive, but I think it created every possible opportunity for life. And then when that meteorites hit it, it stirred up enough bacteria and foreign material on the earth that there was water, there was some sort of ozone layer, and I believe that was from the asteroid. Like when all that gas and explosion happened from the asteroid, it kind of blanketed the earth, kind of shut down everything from getting to it. And then it got stuck in a gravitational pull, and there's your atmosphere. So I think that science, and that's why I said people are going to tear me up about this, but I believe science really ignited that life. And I think that they're way off on when that happened. I think that happened a long fucking time ago. And I think that there was creatures created that were maybe prehistoric dinosaurs, but there wasn't dinosaurs to the amount that they say. And I don't think they were dinosaurs. I think there was more like in they call it the Big Bang Theory or whatever, but I think that I don't think I don't know how we would even know that that happened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make much sense that if nobody was here and this thing hit our planet, that we could figure out how it happened. So that leads me to believe that that's why we know it happened, because that's how it created Earth. But you can't tell people this because there would be outrage. If you told everybody that Earth was created by a rock hitting it and it was a perfect balance for life, then, dude, the world, you want to talk about cancel culture? They would cancel everything. I mean, the church community is so strong. There's so many people that are invested in churches nowadays, and it would be outrage. You can't tell everybody that. So we just kind of let people believe what they want to believe, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, where listen to this. This is what also leads me to believe. Do you know those like indigenous villages that are off in the Amazon that you can't access, that they live off grid. They don't have any interaction with anything in the outside world. They only live in their community and they don't leave that motherfucker. Do you know that they evolve differently than we do? And it's actually very dangerous for us to go near them because they don't have immunity to what we have immunity to, and their body is completely different than ours. That's crazy, right? So that means at one point, everybody, you can't just go from country to country. I mean, it's still like that. Like, you can't live in Ethiopia and just strolling over the United States. So they'll die and we'll get a bunch of diseases. And I believe. Look, this is the thing. I believe in something. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I believe that there's something greater than myself that created humans, that created trees, that created dogs and cats. But I don't have oh, it's got to be this or it's got to be that. It could be, I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody really truly honestly knows. That's one thing. That's why it's an open argument for the rest of eternity, because nobody really knows. As long as you're like, okay, we'll go down this wormhole. I believe this is what heaven is to me. Heaven to me is being. Hold on, let me read 80's comment. Evolution of sitting here. Yeah, I agree. But there is very different. We all have different chemistry, bro. We're all different. If you look at us, we're all different breeds of dogs. You know what I mean? Some are more like look at Chinese people, look at white people, look at Mexicans. We're all a breed of like we have a base. We're American, we're Mexican, Chinese, we're whatever. But then there's different, like, we're different breeds of each individual human. That's weird, dude. I get what you're saying though. We're all like evolved from. Well, if you take your DNA and you take two DNAs and you mash them together, you create one DNA, which is a child. That's an evolution. Like, that's what like ancestry disease or medical conditions, that's evolution of it. Like, sometimes, okay, there's people that have cancer in their family, and the cancer gets stronger every cycle, every generation. It gets more predominant or more aggressive. And then there's other people that it gets less aggressive. What? Calm down over there, killer. It gets less aggressive. So that's evolution of each individual bloodline. But so this is what I believe. So I think that if you're a bad person and you have a lot of resentments that you hold, you have a lot of guilt that you hold, and you have a lot of sorrow and sadness and depression, and then when you start to pass away, that's the mindset that you get locked into, like a bad dream. It's what you get locked into. DMT, it's proven that DMT releases all into your body the moment you die. So DMT is the dream molecule. So if you have a lot of, like if you did a lot of bad heinous shit in your life, and you did a lot of people wrong, and you got a lot of resentments, and you feel bad about a lot of things, you're on your way out and you start thinking about all that, that's what you eternally think about. Bad shit. Because that's what you lived your life as, a bad person. Then if you, let's say you lived a crazy life, you kind of relaxed, did your thing, owned up for your thing, listen, like that's where forgiveness, like you forgave yourself. See, that's the thing. Forgive yourself. If you forgive yourself and you ask for forgiveness, you'll be forgiven and you'll be into the gates of heaven, right? Well, when you forgive yourself, that's also known as like self-acceptance. You're like taking it, you're telling somebody about it, you're working through it, and you're getting past it. So you know you did wrong, you accept it, you own it, you know that's not who you are, and you move forward. So if that's the person that you have become, and that's how you go out and you're dying and you're laying there and you enjoy your life and you enjoy everything that's went on, and you know you done wrong, but you right your wrongs. Your best friend is one of the people that you never thought would forget. Like you have happy thoughts, bro. So when you die, guess where you go? Happy mode. You're happy. That's heaven or hell, dude. That's what I believe. So that's why I'm real cautious on how I treat people, and if I and most of the time I still deal with shit. Like, you know what I mean? I still do the self inventory every night. Did I treat people, should I have done it any differently? And should I apologize for the way I did anything? You know what I mean? Like that's a big part of me. I if I'm wrong, I own up to it. Hey, I'm wrong, my bad. It took a lot to get there. I was the type of dude that, fuck you, it ain't my problem. It's your problem now, motherfucker. That ain't Kurt's problem. But what amends are there? Yeah, amends. There you go. Yeah, making amends. Like, look, AA and NA, that shit ain't just for alcoholics. I'll tell you right now. If you're having a hard time living your life, having structure in your life, go to an AA meeting. For real. Just say you're an alcoholic, because the program that, or just look up the 12-step program and really work it. Find somebody that understands it and really work it. Like it really will change your life, because it's not just for alcoholics, bro. We should all constantly be doing a self-inventory. We should constantly be trying to right our wrongs, trying to, change our perspective of what's the right thing to do. Like I constantly think about, should I have done it differently? Should I have said it differently? What would happen if I said it this way? What would happen if I said it that way? How would I feel? I never used to do that before. I think about that shit. The impulse control is engaged. Not all the time. Most of the time. Yes. Hillbilly Josh, that's what I'm saying, bro. I learned it through uh, rehabilitation. Not reacting is empowering. Yes, I agree. It takes, look, it takes a lot for me to really take something personal, especially YouTube. Um, my aggression in real life has drastically dropped as I've got, you too, Josh, as I've got older and wiser and more experience in my life. The aggression isn't necessary anymore. Like I can handle a situation a lot better without being aggressive. AD, I haven't drank alcohol in 6 years. And prior to that, I hadn't drank alcohol for about 2 years. And I haven't done Xanax in about 7 years. And then prior to the 7 years, I had about 2 years off of it. But before that, bro, like I wasn't a good dude. Like I'll be real with everybody here. I don't care if nobody clips it or somebody clips. I don't give a fuck. Like I wasn't somebody that I would want to be around, and I sure as fuck wasn't somebody that I would have talked shit to. Again, I'm not trying to sound tough about it because I wasn't a tough guy about it. I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of people that did grimy shit. I had a lot of people that they weren't afraid of a judge, of a cop, of a prosecutor. It wasn't, it was like, dude, it was so bad, bro, that I had been to jail so many times that I knew that I didn't want to sit in booking. I didn't have a bond. I wasn't going anywhere. So I was sparking off. I was popping somebody in the mouth in booking, catching that other charge because I already had a felony. What is a misdemeanor? And most of the time, they don't even charge you because you're in jail already. Depends. You hit somebody hard enough, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. But for the most part, you're just going to the box. And I was all right with that. Set me up in the box for 30 days. Put my legs up. Kick it, bro. I mean, it's fucking sad, dude. It was sad how much life I gave to the judicial system. He said that's a great answer, man. I'm going to use that. Boring, bro. Really boring. I seen a lot of heinous shit in there, dude. I seen gassing. I seen fights, dude. I seen somebody get their whole face just like this one corner of their face just peeled up. I mean, hit his nose all the way across to about right here, and then up, and it was just lifted. And dude, it was so bad, bro. Like it ain't nowhere for. And like I said, I didn't really give a shit about anything. So I was a red dot. I was an escape risk. I wasn't going anywhere. I got 30 minutes out a day. I could either take a shower or I could make a phone call. If I was quick enough in the shower, and then I could get a phone call in for 15 minutes. But that was with a decent guard. Like I really lived a shitty life, bro. Like and I chose it. You know what I mean? I come from a mom that didn't put up with that shit, but I ran, I bucked. I went and kicked it with the people I thought were my friends. And then when I got locked up, all them motherfuckers kept doing their thing. They didn't come. I mean, I had a couple people come and visit every now and then, but once or twice. Mama was always there though. Dude, I've seen, that ain't even, like, without really getting into it, that ain't even really, there used to be, so in the box, they like to put people from the drunk tank. So they had, like, certain cells where they would bring inmates in from the street that were drunk and let them sober up in there. And that was a mistake, dude, because these guys, like, we knew how to pop the gates. We weren't stupid. We were in solitary confinement. We were in the box, but you're also in a cell inside of a pot. So a toothpaste cap up into the gate, and if the guard, like, you knew what guards were sleeping on you, they would hit that tree and they'd walk away and they would think the gates are all shut, but there's red lights that show this gate didn't shut, this gate didn't shut. And sometimes they would hit that thing and they would just roll. They didn't give a shit about those lights. And we would just jam the doors. And if they said, hey, your gate won't close, you could just slide the gate back open and rack it and hit it one good time, and it would shove the toothpaste cap all the way down in there, and it would still shut. So they would never really know. They would come in and they would shut them. They would never know that there was a toothpaste cap in there. So there was so many different inmates that could get out and get you at any moment. You could be running your mouth, bro, and these guys that were drunk, they would run their mouth, and they would run their mouth, and they would run their mouth, and then next thing you know, somebody would get let out for the gate. The officer would watch them take their shower, whatever. They'd roll them back out. They'd jam it with the toothpaste cap. As soon as that officer went down the hallway, bro, they would come out with a cup of piss and shit, and they would soak these inmates with this, dude. It's called gassing. And, I mean, some of this stuff had been sitting in bottles for days, waiting for their next victim. Oh, I I had guys die next to me. One dude died of an alcoholic. He had an alcohol. What is it called? An alcoholic. Uh, he went into an alcoholic seizure from. They had given him Librium, trying to get his alcohol withdrawals to stop. And he was drinking Listerine. This dude was missing an eyeball from drinking Listerine. He would drink bottles. He would steal bottles of Listerine. He would drink Listerine to get drunk. And he said it does damage to every organ in your body. Like he lost his eye from it. He couldn't hold his bowels. It was bad. And one night we're all going to bed. We're all laying down. Next thing you know, he's fucking seizing out. We were in a hospital beds. We were in a medical wing. He's seizing out. The doctors rush up. There wasn't nothing you could do, dude. They fucking put some bite block thing in his mouth so he wouldn't bite his tongue off of, and all this foam shit started rolling out of his mouth. And then he said, straight. And, that was that. Sad, dude. It was sad. And they're just like, all right, go back to bed. There was no crisis counselor. Like, I've been talking to this dude for 3 fucking days now, probably longer than that. And now he's dead. Now it's just, roll back over and lights out. Yeah. And, bro, I've had some weird... So, my mom works for a pretty big company. And one of her employees that she was in charge of was murdered. And I was in jail, and I called my mom, and I'm like, yo, this guy, yada, 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 he's pretty dope. We've been bullshitting, and she's like, what'd you say his name was? And I said his name, and she's like, no way. She was like, you can't be around that dude. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, he was the one that killed so-and-so, and I had to testify in court that she didn't show up to work that morning, so I'm all in his discovery. My mom, I'm like, no way, dude. And my dog Lee handled that quick, because it was either I get out of the pod, and Lee was in there for the rest of his life. Lee was murder, you know what I mean? Lee was not going home. And Lee's like, bet. My dog come out for breakfast. He has his long johns on his head, tied around. He's an Asian kid. Ghost, they called him Ghost. He had all his white long johns on his arms, on his legs. This guy's sitting there eating his breakfast, bro, and I shit you not. Lee hit him with a 1-2. Bro, he hit this dude so hard. The first hit, he was out. The second hit, it just was like, I don't even know why he decided to throw the second punch. But it was so fast that I don't think the dude's seen the first one coming. But he hit him so hard, knocked him out. And he literally just went back in the cell and went to bed. Lee just went back in the cell with his shirt still around his head, put it over his eyes, and went back to bed. And nobody was going to say a word. Nobody was saying shit about Lee hitting anybody. So the police came in, or the guards came in, and they got him up off the ground. They took him to medical because he fucked his shit all up. And about 5 minutes later, they came back and they started asking, hey, who did it? And they knew nobody was going to say nothing. But they got to ask, hey, who did it? And Lee went over and sat there, ate his breakfast, didn't say one word. They came and grabbed his shit and rolled him up and took him out. Oh, bro, Lee was a killer, dude. Lee, he did some heinous shit, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't get to go to general population where a lot of other people went. Your boy had to do his time with some... I was in there on drug charges, selling weed. I was in there selling weed one time, and I was next to this dude named Larson. And he just murdered his wife, stabbed her like 73 times. He was fat as fuck, laying up in a hospital bed, bro. Big as a motherfucker, dude. Big as hell. They had to rate when they tried to get him out of his house and he wouldn't come out. They drilled holes into his ceiling and dropped smoke bombs in there. Dude, this motherfucker boarded his window shut. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Like, the people that that's why I said from the jump, this YouTube shit ain't nothing. This YouTube, this is nothing, really. At the end of the day, it's nothing. Like, this YouTube life, this social media shit, it don't transition to real life. Like, it don't. Hey, Johnny, I see cash flow in here, bro. Those paintings are pretty dope, man. I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit on those. We might not see eye to eye about some things, Cashville, but your paintings are dope. And see, that's the thing about being a man and being like, there's plenty of reasons why I could say fuck Johnny Cashville. You know what I'm saying? But why? I just, me personally, I don't agree with some of the things he does. I'm sure you don't agree with some of the things that I do, but I can recognize the man's a dope painter. Keep killing it, dog. People like to hate. People enjoy hating, dog. People, like, okay, I'll tell you this, and I wasn't going to speak on this. There's a certain artist in the genre that I supported, right? Fully supported this dude. Like, when I probably, like, I didn't even really like the product he was putting out. Some of the shit I jammed it, but for the most part I didn't really like it. And he tried to shit on me. Yeah, we don't gotta see eye to eye. That's facts. You know, my baseball coach years ago, I think he passed away. Rest in peace to the coach, but his name was Tommy, Coach Tommy. And he told me that everybody, that opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. And I was like, my asshole don't stink. And he was like, see? He was like, just like your opinions don't stink. He's like, you're going to think your opinions are great. You're going to think your asshole smells great. But I guarantee you somebody else isn't going to agree with your opinions, and they sure as hell ain't going to smell your asshole. And I'm like, huh. And that stuck with me, bro. That's why I think Little League and organized sports are important, because if you got good, solid coaches and good, solid people, they'll help guide you, and like, that's why I try to help Little Payday along the way as much as I can. No, my coach didn't want to smell my ass. My point is, bro, we're always gonna think that our ways are the best. We're always gonna think our opinions make the most sense. But to somebody else, they probably don't, and that's all right, because they got their own opinions, they got their own theories. But if we close ourselves off to where we don't allow other people to feel comfortable with their own opinions and their own theories, we're fucked, dude. We're fucked. You won't see nearly as much creativity, which you don't anymore. A lot of this shit is just bland and saturated with trash. That the statistics, see, that's okay. Check this out. AI, and AD proved this in his live the other day when he downloaded that AI thing and it went directly to his phone. See, you got me blocked, dog, and I still don't hate. I still kick it. But anyway, AI is designed to take all the information from the internet and generate knowledge, generate an answer for you. So what they're doing with music and products is they're taking opinions based off of numbers, analytics, and they're building a product. So whether it be a song, a pair of shoes, a car, reviews, Google reviews, all those internet reviews, they're looking at those reviews and they're going, which way can I change this in order to appeal to the mass? And look at video games, look at Warzone. They're constantly doing updates to tweak Warzone in different ways. And sometimes it'll be the best game anybody's ever played. And the next day, they'll twist it a little bit and update it, and nobody wants to play it no more. So then they'll realize that, and they'll reset the update and go back to the way it was before. That's the way that music, that's the way that movies, that's the way that cars, that's the way that anything as a consumer that we get is produced by a corporation. Mom and pop stores, they don't run off of so much of that analytics, but they use their own analytics of what sells to what doesn't sell, what is trending to what is not trending, what, you know what I mean? They're going to put fidgets in their gas station because they know it's something the kids are buying. Once the fidget trend blows away, like Pokemon cards used to not sell. Now you can't go into a store without saying nobody can buy more than 2 packs. I've never seen anybody in Walmart or Target or any store buy more than 2 packs of Pokemon. I've never seen a person pick up a Pokemon card, ever. So where's this demand for all these damn Pokemon cards? When I found out what Mr. Jake Paul did with the Pokemon cards, that blew my mind. The more you open them, the less they become valuable. So if I tell everybody, you can't buy more than 2 packs of Pokemon cards, I don't give a fuck. The people that were really buying up the Pokemon cards, they can only buy 2 packs now. So then the value of the cards that are already out and opened they hold their value. If you open up 10,000 boxes of Pokemon cards, the value of the ones that were already open start diminishing. They start dropping. That's everything in life. If you have a song out, if you're Jason Aldean, he ain't gonna put a song out for another year probably. Yeah, I get it. I get it, AD, but you're one person out of 24 people in here, how many other people's kids buy Pokemon cards? I'll wait. If your kid's buying Pokemon cards and they want them and they gotta get them, how many people are out here getting them? Jessica, that's because you've created an image for yourself. That I can't fix that, girl. Just keep it real in here. But anyway, for real, yeah, I get it, AD. But that's okay. That's oh man. I collected Pogs. I collected football cards. I collected things, and it made me appreciate later on in life. It's what helped me understand appreciation for things I got. Because people don't know the value of your card. Your card might be worth $10. Your card might be worth $10,000. But to you, that's your freaking card. Don't touch my card. AD does look like a Pokemon. AD looks like a Me Too. Fucking glowing. Got his hat on. Dave Matthews, Me Too, mother. Older ones are hard to find. Yeah, but when you have a Charizard first edition, whatever. Okay, good example. Those Charizard cards that were worth so much. Every time Jake Paul opened up one of those boxes that were in the same edition and put more into circulation, it drops the value of that other card. It might not drop it like huge, but it drops the value of the other card. Now you look at that as music, or you look at that in automobiles or Skittle packets or anything, marketability. You have to have a market for it. Yeah, we all have. See, that's the thing, Cashville. That's what I'm trying to say. Is you hang out with busters, in my opinion. I hang out with busters, in your opinion. 80 hangs out with busters, in my opinion. Everybody, I've seen multiple people in different chats that I don't fuck with, but you can't judge somebody. I won't ever judge somebody based off of what somebody else is doing. So if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. I'm not maybe not gonna go around you when you're around other people, but I'll still give another person an opportunity. Yeah, Chief, I'm in here running my mouth, bro. I got on a tangent. I've been smoking pot. I smoke pot. I talk, bro. And I ain't got nobody in here. Everybody's asleep. I'm about to have to go to work tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'll be at work welding. Ain't got nobody to talk to there. I work the night shift. That shit sucks. Because there ain't no communication. You can't leave. I can't go get a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go get Checkers down here. And these fucking stoners don't eat. Hey, welcome to Checkers. We ain't got no mayonnaise. I'm like, what do you mean you ain't got no mayonnaise? Well, we got mayonnaise, but it's gonna take me a little bit to go. I'm like, I don't even understand what you're saying, bro. Just give me a chili dog. You got some mustard and some chili and some hot dogs and shit. Just give me that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no interaction. Mr. Reactions is in this mode. What up, man? Yeah, we got everybody in here tonight, bro. I'm just on one. Like, I feel like if like, check this out. This is what's mind blowing to me. If we as people, as like sane people, that if we had a way to be a mass, to be seen everywhere, like, that's why independent's so important to me. Independent content creators, independent fucking race car drivers, independent anything, bro. I mean, what the media shows us and what they tell us it takes to be successful is not what they use. So you got a lot of people out here thinking this is a way to become successful. Like I did, little kid, like a little jit. Baseball is full of politics. Baseball is so political that it's disgusting. Like you better you better have money. You better have a huge following in high school. You better have. I mean, you better be trending. Start making TikToks hitting baseballs in the batting cages because you better be trending. Because if you're not, these Division 1 high school or colleges, they don't these D1 they don't want you. They want a trending person. They want somebody that is not only going to perform on the field, but they're also going to bring them more fans. All right, Johnny, you be good. You have a good night. Hope your foot feels better, dog. I don't know what's wrong with your foot. Appreciate you, dog. Make sure y'all check out Cashfield's art. That is pretty dope. You should do content creators, bro. You should draw up different content creators. What says you can't? Draw up different call it the YouTube content creator series and just draw up fucking 80 with his Dave Matthews guitar. With his fucking beanie on and his sunglasses. Put this sky blue 01. Put the sky blue 1 glasses on him. Put a big old OnlyFans sign in the background. Or is it Chatterbait? Put a big old Chatterbait sign in the background. Oh, bro, you could have fun with those. I could have fun with those. Bro, no, yeah, I know. He's played in the band, right? Didn't he play in the band? Yo, you guys crack me up, dog. It's so much to keep up with. Like, I got love for everything in this situation. I was just telling my wife, like, at the end of the day, we're all a bunch of fools, bro. We're all being fools. All of us on the internet. If you're on the internet, this is entertainment purposes only. And if you don't understand that, you ain't ever going to figure it out. Bro, I'm just sitting in my garage getting stoned. My dog wants in, but she's going to cause a bunch of stress to the household and then get people waking up. And I'm going to have to cut this off, which I should probably be doing that anyway. Oh, shit. Oh, the no title video. Libby, see, I was going to do a reaction to it, but I couldn't wait. My dog is stressing right now, though. We've been getting coyotes in the neighborhood, and I seen 2 of them a couple nights ago, and I think one just was creeping by a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago, like right before we went live, because she was growling out there, and I looked out there, and I couldn't see anything, but in the distance, I seen something walking, and it wasn't tall enough to be a human, but it wasn't small enough to be a bunny. There's a good possibility it was a coyote. And this lady next door, this damn rooster, is probably trying to eat the rooster. Rooster won't shut up, bro. Rooster roost at 3 a.m. Kills it out there. I feel like I'm at an Upchurch concert. Little Payday's in here. What's up, Little Payday? Mr. Reactions. You gotta hit me up, dog. I should have called you yesterday. My thing is, bro, I get going so fast and I get set on doing something, and that's that. Like, I was about to tackle this garage this morning. Couldn't do that. Too hot. No, you see, it's not a turkey inside corners. I have that turkey. Dude, that damn turkey is at the gas station, panhandling every day. My wife sees him there. I see him there. Fucking old gobble nuts. Up there gawking for some attention. The whole time. Motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. That last name suits him. Suits him well. Yeah, gobbles. You know what's fucked up, bro? Is I talked to that stupid motherfucker and I said, look, bro, keep my name out of your mouth and I'll keep yours out of mine. And it lasted for like 3 days. And he's talking his shit again. Like, fuck that dude, bro. I ain't done nothing wrong to him. He cries that victim. He's a victim. He plays that victim mentality. Motherfucker, you like to be a victim. You enjoy being a victim. That's your position in your life. You like that. Sad, dude. A turkey at a gas station. Yeah, bro, panhandling. Getting that, putting them, holding them hands out. Yeah. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, you just said don't be mean to people and respect other people's opinions. Yeah, I do. But fuck that dude. I give him an opportunity. I'm happy with saying fuck that dude. It ain't worth it, Wisco. He likes the attention, dude. You make a video on him, he'll fucking he'll if you use his content, he'll strike you. And then he'll take the strike away and he'll play this he's gonna manipulate you to try to no fuck that dude. YouTube should strike his channel for being an idiot. Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, I just wanted to run my mouth about the mainstream for a minute and put my comparison of like telemarketing. When telemarketing was popping, that's all they did. They bought. Like I had sheets from Avon companies. I had sheets from so many different corporations that sold products that got your information for shipping purposes. And if you lived in Ohio, like we were calling people in Ohio off of Avon numbers to sell them gas rates because we don't have gas rates like that in Florida. So if we were using that shit to telemarket, to sell vacation packages and gas rates and phone plans and insurance, that's, I mean, that's exactly what our phones are now becoming. Just said open panel. I would, but I can't. Well, I guess maybe I could on my phone. My computer is in the studio. If Wisco went live, I might be able to jump in there. If anybody's a content creator and can go live, I definitely will jump in for a little bit. I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah, telemarketing. What telemarketing did was it created databases all over the globe for marketing capabilities. Like look at all these Saudi Arabian people that steal up church's name. It's because somebody has paid somebody to do that. You don't like. It's so crazy. Somebody has sold information to somebody at some point in order to obtain all this shit. People don't just know these people. God will just misunderstood people. Oh, I don't care if he gets W's. Inside corners. Look, I'm telling you, I don't give a shit about people taking wins. I don't give a shit about what other people are doing. I don't. It really doesn't bother me. I want other people to win. Kurt wants to see people be successful. That's why I share shit. That's why I comment on other people's shit. That's why I try to help. If not, if I don't share it and I comment on it, I'm hoping that I encourage other people in the community that follow me to maybe comment on their shit. Like I try to support as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? But people just like to pin hatred on people. Like just because somebody else is that way, that means Captain Kurt's got to be that way. No, it's not. I wouldn't talk to, I wouldn't talk to AD. I wouldn't talk to Inside Corners. I wouldn't talk to a lot of these people. I wouldn't talk to Tommy. I wouldn't be okay with these people just blasting off what they got to say in my chat. I would be blocking people, banning people. Like I don't want that conflict. I don't entertain that shit. That's how I can tell when I fuck with somebody. If I go in your chat and you're just blocking people, you're blocking people from conversating, fuck you. I don't, that's not, if you're going to cut people off from an opinion and you can't, it's letters on a damn screen. You can say anything you want on that screen down there and it's not going to offend me. Do you know why? Because it's a bunch of letters. Maybe if you were standing here and you said it to me, it'd probably definitely offend me. But it's not offending me if you type it out. Do you remember when you were a little kid? Oh, I appreciate that, AD, because I ain't there to, bro, I like to stir shit up. I like to shake people's feathers, but not in a disrespectful way. Like, I like to tell Martha he's glowing. That's it. He's glowing. You know what I mean? He likes to put out his knowledge. I just ask him questions. You know, that's what they're there to do. Like, I don't think a lot of these people that go live, they go live because they want engagement. They want people to talk shit. You don't. This dude called me out, right? Martha called me out. I didn't say nothing in the video. I seen that he posted it. Fuck him. I ain't got no time for that. Then I went in there and started talking shit, and I got blocked. People started saying shit. Well, no, I didn't get blocked. I take that back. People started saying shit like I was the accused. I was the aggressor. Martin's in there. I'm the man. Fuck you. You ain't playing that victim mentality on me. Victim mentality. Once you have a victim mentality, I ain't got no time for you. No time for you. Johnny's played victim mentality since day one. It's nobody's fault, or it's everybody's fault but Johnny's. A lot of people play that. I take responsibility for a lot of shit that I do. Accountability. Yeah, no, it's Martha. And he was glowing, bro. He was getting so mad, and he's bald. His head was like radiating. Like, if you know that radiance, volumizing radiant shampoo, I feel like he washes his bald head with like some sort of radiant shampoo that like causes it to glow extra hard, or baby oil, or he's putting icy hot or something on that mug, bro, because that thing was just blowing red. Like, it looked like if he was about to take a dab off a nectar straw. He heated up the nectar collector, glowing hot, and he freaking, it was just, I mean, yo, I wish I would have clipped it. Cause that thing, and then he put a hat on. I said it enough times that this motherfucker put a hat on. And I knew, at that point, I knew I had got under his skin. I'm like, yes. Taking W's, as Inside Corner would say. Tommy, I don't care what you're saying. Hey, Whisker, you have a good night. How I feel about what he said about Jenny's kid. Who cares, Inside Corner? I mean, who cares, Tommy? Who gives a fuck what somebody else says? Take your tampon out. And that ain't no offense to women, but Tommy shouldn't have a tampon in there. You gotta do something about that, dude. You can't be so worried about what another person says about another person. Plenty of people probably say shit about you, Tommy. What are you gonna do? You yell at everybody to change their opinion? Trouble. You really want to know, Tommy? Trouble for you. Baby, I'm trouble. Man, I don't know, bro. We went from mainstream to death to aliens. We didn't do aliens. We did how life started. You're on a magic mountain. Tommy, you're on something. I don't know if it's a magic mountain, bro, but you're on something. But look, y'all, your boy's about to get up out of here. That's probably like 1:30 in the morning or something stupid. 2 o'clock in the morning. What time is it? Play that shit. I can't play nothing, Sasha. I can sing it for you. AD, thanks for stopping by, dog. Appreciate you. British is in the house? Oh, British ain't in the house. I love y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And remember,